Hello, welcome back to The Good, the Bad and the Stupid. It's Thursday the 26th of September. Doesn't feel that long since we did the last one, and it's not because it was only yesterday. But they come round quick, don't they? Jesus, these are overtaking my life. All I do is spend my time with my head buried in the papers looking for stupid stories to talk about. But I don't have to look very far if we're going to start with the Brexit crisis, because the shit that was going on in the Parliament yesterday, I honestly thought we was going to end up with people kicking off, and like when you see some of these parliaments around the world, when you see the what's it called? I don't know, when you've seen it in like some Eastern European parliaments or Africa or Italy, when they all just start go fuck this, diplomacy's finished, and they just start punching each other in the head, and the chairs start flying, and fucking everybody starts going crazy. There was that one in was it Uganda or somewhere? There was an African country where a guy jumped up onto the counter and he was trying to defend himself from all quarters, but he did a mad spin, which made it look like a proper Michael Jackson move, like, 'cause he had slippy shoes on. So he was on the counter and he span around like to see who's around him, but the video caught him. He looked like he did this fucking wicked Michael Jackson move. So, in the middle of chaos, because all the chairs and everyone's getting smashed on the head with it. That was almost gonna go happen in the House of Commons last night, the way they were ramping it up. So they're not setting a good example. I'll tell you what, the more they go on, the more there's fucking going to be riots out there, or at least a little bit of looting. So might be some cheap goods on the market sometime soon. So not saying that's a good thing. But yeah, it was kicking off. They all had plenty to say, put it that way. But I think, was it Donald Trump yesterday? It was before that. He had a chaotic day, because before that he was meeting the Iranian president, Hassan Rouhani, the Ayatollah bloke. And there's just a picture of him talking, and that Ayatollah bloke was cracking up laughing. So broke the ice a little bit there, because he's cracking up laughing. And apparently the PM invited him to a climate change summit in Scotland, and he made his counterpart roar with laughter in New York by joking, because as you know, Glasgow is lovely in November, and the guy's cracking up laughing like it's the funniest thing he's ever heard. I don't know if that's anything to do with the Glasgow weather, or whether he hasn't got a fucking clue what Boris Johnson's talking about, or he just thinks he's stupid and just finds his face funny. Maybe. No, but apparently he actually studied at Glasgow Caledonian University in the 1990s. So when he seems so foreign, this guy, the Iranian guy, when he seems so foreign and so like anti-Western, all that kind of stuff, he's actually studied in Glasgow. So, he's probably been getting pissed in the bars and fucking, he's kind of been over here and experienced life over here, so he can't hate it that much. Anyway, he probably said to him, "Sorry, mate, I can't make it that week. I think we're actually making a nuclear bomb that week, so I'm not going to be able to make the climate change summit. But you won't need one if it kicks off between us and America, or if Donald Trump doesn't, lift the sanctions or whatever the situation is over there." Speaking of Donald Trump, he's getting as usually from all sides, he's been likened to a peach. Is he being impeached? They're talking about impeaching him, and now they're calling him getting closer and closer to a peach colour. I don't know. Fuck knows what it was now. Someone's made a reference between impeachment and peach, and his suntan that he's always got, or his ever darkening orange glow. Anyway, yeah. So he's having to fend off. They're looking for every last little thing on him, aren't they? They must be trawling through thousands and thousands and thousands of documents to find. And they go, "Fuck, we got him on this one." He made a phone call then, and they've sussed him out and trying to fiddle the upcoming election. Apparently, I don't know. What do I know? But stranger things have happened, I'm sure. Anyway, it's wet. It's been pissing down. Don't need to tell you that. So that's the news of, it's pretty much standard, isn't it, for the next week or so. So expect to be the work, just don't walk close to the curb. Don't walk so that some idiot coming past will see you and go, see that puddle there, watch this. Because that's what happens. Have I done that? I've been in a car when it's been done. I'm not going to admit to being the person. But yeah, they drive through the puddle and just spray all the puddle over you so you get soaking wet. It's no kind of fun if you're the person getting wet, but it's hilarious if you're the people in the car. So, well, I don't know if it's hilarious. It was hilarious when I was younger, put it that way. Not so funny now. I'm a grown adult and I'm a bit more sensible, and I'm actually telling you not to be on the roadside. So yeah, bus stops and everything. Watch yourselves. Speaking of childish weather situations, there's a weatherman in New Zealand. Couldn't stop laughing when he was giving a weather report, and the cloud looked like a big, massive penis. So he cracked up laughing, and he couldn't stop giggling. It's standard, isn't it? He's a man, and it's a penis, and that's funny to men. So penis shapes appearing on random situations, of course you're going to make a giggle, because men don't grow up. We just, you grow old, you don't grow up. So yeah, he's confirmed that penis is still funny. So he's what's the word? His proud parents looking on there, and then the newspaper then has managed to find a load more penis-looking clouds. So everyone got on board with that one. Everyone was enjoying the. Well, what do you mean we can search for penis clouds? Yep. Oh, great! That's a great few hours spent at work, and they're all cracking up having a laugh as well. So, speaking of penises, the Apprentice is back. There's going to be quite a few of those on there. What's he called? I don't watch that program because I don't know why anybody would go on the Apprentice, because you're almost picked because you're shit. You know what I mean? You're picked because they think you're going to do shit, or you're going to be. They're not picking 20 people that are, the best business minds, young business minds, or whatever. That'd be boring, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? It's like if everyone's good and you're good and you're good and you're good, and that is like not entertaining. What they're picking is, he's going to fuck up. He's definitely going to fuck up. She is far too big for her boots. He hasn't got a clue. Let's fucking put them all together. That's what's going to make good TV. So if I ever got picked to go on one of them programs, I'd actually, you'd have to question why you're being picked. You know what I mean? I'd ask your friends what they think you're being picked for. If they think it's because you talk absolute shit and like you're fucking deluded, or you're a narcissist or something along those lines, then check yourself, because you're going to be made fun of when you get on the TV. Anyway, there's one guy who's already got a questionable background. Thomas Skinner, pillow salesman. Oh, he's going places. He's a pillow salesman. Saying that, I've got a fucking van load of pillows for sale in the garage. Have I? Yeah. They're just resale. I've got them for not used, second hand. Not second hand. They're brand new. John Lewis. What's his name? Anyway, forget that. He's a pillow salesman from Essex, and he's been sentenced in court after being charged with dishonestly handling 4,992 tubes of Body Shop cleansing gels worth nearly £40,000 and having 2,000 diazepam tablets. Boring crime that is, really, isn't it? Accused of having nearly 10,000 cleansing gels, also worth £76,000. So, what was he doing with them? Selling them, or what? Selling them down the pub? Selling up on a market? He doesn't actually give any. Well, he might. I used to work on the markets. There you go. He was selling them down the market, a bit like where my pillows come from. So everything finds its way to the market. It doesn't have to be. You don't necessarily know where it come from beforehand, but he might have just fucking bought them as a job lot closeout sale. He might not have known they've been nicked. Why is it illegal? Anyway, fuck knows. He's obviously a bit of a jack the lad, isn't he? So he's on there. There's another guy on there from Birmingham, that's where I'm from, and he's got a linen company and he's in debt more than 460,000. So he's obviously going the fucking wrong way. He's like on his way to $1 million in debt. I don't know about fucking Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. How do a linen company get £460,000 in debt? He's obviously spread himself too thin. That company's going bust, and he's going to run off with the money. That's my prediction for that one. If he doesn't win the Apprentice, he'll go then and go on all the shit celebrity programs. Hangovers. Let's talk about hangovers. Talking about hangovers yesterday, it was declared. Somebody declared it an illness. So there you go. It's a good excuse if you need to get the day off work. You can actually say you've got yourself the doctor says I'm ill, so you might not even have to say you've got a hangover, and you're still telling the truth. If you've got a problem with lying, there you go. You can actually now say it's an illness, and you don't have to feel guilt pangs that you're ringing in sick. Anyway, it talks about hangovers here, and no one really knows why we get hangovers. Yes, we do. It's because we got pissed, fucking drank too much, and had a great time. Well, fortunately, that's the pain, isn't it? You have a good time, it comes with a fucking headache. Every time now, the better the time, the worse of the pain, unfortunately. So, if you go out, as I used to, 2-3 nights at a time, but without actually going home, staying out all that time, that is just like, that's hell on earth for about 2 or 3 days. I used to do that, sleep it off, and then you're cool again by the weekend, but not no more. Now it's like fucking worries me for a month, isn't it? It's like hard to do those ones, so I've had to narrow it down now just to 1 24-hour at a time. Anyway, Sicilians have used to get rid of your hangovers and that. Here's some old traditional ways to get rid of it. In Korea, they use a type of soup made of congealed ox blood, cabbage and other vegetables. It's traditionally eaten to chase away hangovers in Korea. I tell you what, congealed ox blood, I think the reason that stops people getting hangovers is because people fucking don't bother drinking because they think they're going to have that to get rid of the hangovers. So that's the way that cures the hangover. They don't even drink that much. They go, I can't stand congealed ox blood, I can't face it, so I'm not going to drink that much tonight. Sicilians have used dry bull's penis as a cure. It doesn't say what they do with it. Dries bull's penis. Do they eat it? Do they fucking rub it on their temples, or what? What do they do? Dry bull's penis. So do they fucking use it as a dildo? What? They don't say whether it's sliced or grated or it's quite a big thing. Maybe they just smash it over their head or sort of. Who knows? Think of a million ways of what you can do with a dry bull's penis, and get back to me on the jungle drums. Cowboys used to use tea brewed with rabbit droppings, it says here, but that's it was a supposed favourite of American cowboys. It's funny because they would have done that time and time and time again, and the dry bull's penises, and it actually doesn't work. So you're doing something that doesn't actually cure. Get the scientists on that. Does rabbit droppings cure a hangover? Where's the these medical experiments where you get paid to go and sleep for a month or whatever, and they test you or do all these different medical things. Let's do one for pointless ones as well. This one's probably as pointless as any. So we want to know whether rabbit droppings cure a hangover. Have rabbit droppings in tea. In German, a hangover is called Katzenjammer. So if you're over there, if you're in Germany and you go, Katzenjammer. What was I looking for? Meaning the wailing of cats. That's what it's called. And in Norway it's Jeg har tommermenn, which means I have carpenters in my head. That's the translation. So that's quite a good one, isn't it? I've got carpenters in my head. Sorry, mate, I can't come out tonight. I've got carpenters in my head. Sorry, I can't come to work. I've got the carpenters in. And everybody knows what you're talking about. So beer lovers are steaming mad over coffee drinkers invading their local pubs and making them wait longer to get served. 1 in 10 latte and cappuccino fans prefer to get their hot drinks from bars rather than chains such as Pret, Costa, or Starbucks. Yeah, it's true. I've actually done that. Gone into the pub and ordered a coffee. Pissed some guys right off. I think I did it in a Wetherspoons as well. And I must have been the only person who ordered a coffee in there. I was getting a takeaway because there was a massive queue in the Costa one. But I went up and ordered a coffee because they got a machine. And this is in like later on, in early evening if you like. So there's the queue of people waiting for the bar. The geezer didn't know how to use the fucking coffee machine, so he was piddling about, and he had to get his manager and all this kind of stuff. And I was just like, it was only like a £1.50 or whatever order. It must have gone on for about 10 minutes, and there was nobody to serve these guys, and they giving me the evils they were. So you know, I haven't been back to there doing the same thing again. It was embarrassing more than anything. But yeah, sometimes it's better to drink it in some of them coffee shops too small, and they're not comfortable. Get some fucking comfy chairs if you're in these coffee shops. I think they make the chairs uncomfortable so that you don't want to sit there all day on your laptop. That's what I reckon. But some of the coffee shops are not comfy. The chairs are fucking hard and whatever else. Make them more comfortable. Just make people, give them like a half an hour thing, say sorry, you got to move or get another coffee. You can sit in here all day, but got to turn it over. Some people do take the piss, don't they? They just order one and then they sip it for about, well, from opening till close or whatever, you know. Anyway, but Wetherspoons are normally good for that in the daytime. There's normally loads of staff on, so I don't frequent the Wetherspoons like some kind of fucking regular, but I'm not a snob that won't go in there because it's full of you know, some people won't go in there because they think it's a different kind of people to them, isn't it? In fact, the reason I'm saying that is because there's a pub near me. One side is there, one side is there, and there's two, literally dead opposite each other, two beer gardens dead opposite each other. Over there, you can see the total difference of the two people, and it's almost exactly the same. You might as well be in that pub, might as well be in that pub. That pub is £2 a pint. That pub is £5.5 a pint for the same pint, but they still will go and pay the £5.5 because I won't be seen in there. That's what I mean by that. Fishermen caught a highly lucrative 8-foot bluefin tuna, and then put it back. It's £3 million. The reason I pulled that out is because this tuna is worth £3 million that they caught. Well, it would be in Japan, but unfortunately for them, they were on a tagging boat, which means that they are not allowed to take it out of the water. They've got to tag it and throw it back. So they must have just fucking thought, for that moment, we're millionaires, and now I'm having to literally slip through their fingers because they had to slip it back into the sea. So anyway, good for the tuna. He lived to fight another day. Well, I'm surprised there's not a lot of illegal shit like that going on if it's like £3 million a fucking pop. Anyway, this guy has been accused of robbing in a shop. Accused of shoplifting after staff saw he had a suspicious bulge in his trousers, and but after I don't know if they actually searched him, but the suspicious bulge was actually his 10-inch dildo, his 10-inch penis. So the security thought he had something in his trousers, and it was actually his penis. So he's like, I don't know. You should be proud of that. It's like being asked your age when you look old, isn't it? It's like yeah, man, I'm looking younger, and he should be proud that like people are noticing his, people are walking past with the jaws open or something. So he's obviously got a big one, and him and his missus are pictured in the paper. Actually looking a bit pissed off. To be fair, he maybe gets it all the time. I haven't had time to read it, so. He was buying £400 worth of stuff, and somebody accused him of having something stuffed down his thing. So he was there to spend money, and he had very tight jeans on. Eventually, I dropped my trousers in front of everyone, just stood there in my boxer shorts and said, "Look, see, I've got nothing to hide." But that didn't satisfy her. She kept saying, "What's that bulge?" He said that he then went into a cubicle with a male security guard at his local store. Anyway, can't read anymore. You get the gist of that one. So, well, that's never happened to me. I actually did once get accused of shoplifting by a security guard, but and I hadn't nicked anything. He said I'd been nicking coffee. He said, "Where's the coffee?" I was like, "What, the coffee?" I'd actually gone in there to buy a coffee, so there was a big confusion. "What coffee?" He's going, "You've been nicking coffee." I think he had it confused with, I was looking a bit dishevelled. I think he had me confused with some fucking reprobate who's been in there regularly stealing coffee, and he thought I'd come back in and he had his chance to catch me. But he didn't understand that I was saying, "No, I'm looking for the coffee." And he got all confused anyway. He was like fucking like this. He was grabbing me and stuff. Eventually, someone who he couldn't speak very good English, so somebody had to correct him and they let me go. But very strange affair. But it wasn't because of the size of my bulge down my trousers, unfortunately. So anyway, a man is accused of calling 9. I'm going to finish up on a couple more now. What we got here? So let's do this one first. Seal likes talking to racists. Seal the singer, to find out why they are crazy. The 56-year-old told his audience in Rio, "I am more interested." That's what he wants to find out why they're crazy. He's got no interest in getting angry with them. He just wants to know why their brain thinks that way, why they hate somebody just because of their colour. It's a bit hard to have that conversation, I imagine, with a black guy. So it'd be quite, or that person with the hatred. If a black person is questioning you, like they'd be like, "Fucking yeah, why do I think that?" You know what I mean? So it's a good thing to do, really. Seal, keep it up. But it'd be hard to stand there and go, "I hate you," because they'll probably make them fucking, when you're being nice to them, make them go, "Yeah, what the fuck? Why am I such an arsehole?" I don't actually know. Apart from the very small minority who are just brain dead. A pervert who claimed his trousers burst open on a bus when a button popped off because he had to put on a weight has been banned from public transport. What's it going on here? I'm surprised he didn't say it was because of his size of his penis. That's what everyone's big dick fucking week, isn't it? He was spotted anyway. He claimed his trousers burst open and there was women on the bus and whatever else. So he's basically a flasher, and he's been caught. So he's got no excuse. The other guy had an excuse. He's got no excuse. He probably had a small one, so he can't even say, "Well, it's just like my dick bursted open." They go, "Well, that size, don't think so, mate." Right, what we got left? This one's for a 32-year-old man high on LSD in Disneyland Paris sparked a full-scale search after he fell into a lake and disappeared. Eventually, he turned up unharmed hours later, naked. That guy had a great time. He had a great time, didn't he? Tripping off his head. The only thing is, he's probably scaring the kid. Well, he's running around naked, so what's his excuse that I burst out of my clothes or whatever? He was high on LSD, but I don't know about taking LSD by yourself. In a place like that as well, you're just gonna lose the plot, ain't you? Proper fucking lost what he did. So there you go. Case in point. But I was going to say, if the place was empty and he was there tripping on LSD, you'd probably have a fucking great time meeting talking to Mickey Mouse and whatever else is going on. You'd probably have the time of your life, but unfortunately, he's fucking lost the plot. Anyway, they don't talk about any conversation he had with them after that, so, or whether he's been come down and gone home or been carted off to a mental home because he's like fucking having flashbacks of talking to mice and whatever else. Anyway, a man is accused of calling 999 and burping down the phone in 22 hoax calls. So funny at the time, he probably thought a man as well. I thought it was a kid when I pulled it out. I thought a kid doing it, like burping down the phone. you could see like how a kid would, how a kid would find that funny, burping, because they do find burping funny, don't they? And you can see a kid doing it, even though it's stupid and childish, but that's a man doing it, so well, I bet he's the fucking life and soul of the party, isn't he? He's like, yeah, I'll watch these guys ring the police and burp down the phone. The only thing is, it don't mean you, because the police can fucking trace all the calls now, can't they? So leave that one down, mate. The burp. Remember that time when you burped down the phone to the police? Right, hang on. Let's finish up on something else. Right, let's finish up on this. The Keanu Reeves has said the fans have the right to have high hopes for The Matrix 4. The Hollywood legend, who is due to reprise his role as Neo, said he read the script and it's very ambitious, as it should be. Can't wait for that. That would be really good, the Matrix 4. You know what? They were 20 years ago. I can't believe it. The only reason I know that is because they were filmed in Australia and I was there at the time, and we was watching a what's it called, a fucking helicopter flying around with two guys hanging off a rope. So my mate was filming it on his video camera at the time, and we was like, what the fuck's going on? It turned out to be that scene from The Matrix, and we found out later on that that's what it was. So 20 years ago, and now they're just reprising the role. It doesn't feel like 20 years ago, does it? And I don't look like 20 years older than I did, but thanks very much. Just going to finish up on this last one. Gemma Collins, they think it's Essex, whatever the fuck that programme's called, is celebrating after having a hit BBC podcast renewed. The larger-than-life diva reached #1 in the Apple's UK podcast chart with the no-holds-barred look at her life. Are they fucking kidding me? Seriously, I've got next to 0 listeners on my one, and she's gone to #1 talking about her life. So there's no justice in the world. I'm living in the fucking Matrix, I tell you that. When I might not be good, this might not be fucking even the slightest bit good, but I'm fucking telling you now, it's better than that. I should at least be #2. So I'm not blowing my own trumpet there, but let's sort this out, people. Let's get more people listening to me. Okay, I'm not being a narcissist. Let's move on and do another one tomorrow. So remember, The Matrix 4's on its way. Catch you later. See ya. Peace.